There is a man in Nigerian music history who became a legend without showing his face. No selfies, no celebrity lifestyle, no identity reveal, yet for decades, his voice spoke for millions. Market women, students, civil servants, the frustrated Nigerian on the street. He wore a mask, not to hide, but to remind us that anyone could be in. This is the story of Lagbaja. Now, Lagbaja is not just a musician. He is an idea, a philosophy, a mirror held up to society. Quick one, before we go deeper, if you enjoy African stories, music history, and culture told with meaning, please like this video, share it with someone, and subscribe. I am trying to grow my young channel from 15 subscribers to 100 to 500, and every single support from each one of you counts. Thanks for clicking that subscribe button. Alright, let's get into the story. Now, Lagbaja was born Bisade Ologunde in Lagos in 1960, long before the mask, before the drums, before the saxophone. He was just another Lagos boy, growing up in a country where music was everywhere. But Lagbaja didn't follow the usual path. He didn't come from a flashy music background. He taught himself how to play the saxophone patiently. Yeah, that details matter because his entire career is built on intentional tough, not hype. In Yoruba culture, Lagbaja is not a real name. It's a placeholder. It can mean somebody, anybody, nobody, everybody, and it's the kind of name you use when identity doesn't matter. And by choosing that name, Bisade was making a quiet but powerful statement. This music is not about me, it's about us. That was the intention. The mask is not a gimmick. In Yoruba tradition, masks are used in festivals and carnivals to represent spirits, social ideas, community voices, and Lagbaja's mask represents the faceless majority, people whose struggles are real but whose names are never mentioned. The mask removes ego. It says, don't look at who I am, listen to what I am saying. And Lagbaja's music is heavy on percussions, talking drums, congas, deep readings. Then the saxophone cuts through, bold, sharp, sometimes angry and sometimes playful. But the groove is just the surface. Underneath, the lyrics talk about corruption, hypocrisy, bad leadership, unity, social responsibility. You can dance to Lagbaja and his music and still leave thinking. In the early 90s, Lagbaja formed his band in Lagos. In 1993, he released his debut album, Lagbaja, followed by Ikira. These albums stood out because they didn't sound like anything else on Nigerian radio at the time. People didn't know what to call it. Afrobeats, Afro jazz, high life. But eventually, Lagbaja named it himself, Africano. African at the core, modern in expression. Now, one of the most important people in Lagbaja's journey is Ego Nyenacho. Ego was not just a backup singer. Her voice gave emotion to the rhythm. She brought warmth to the message. She made the music feel human. Together, they created a balance, a faceless man and a visible emotional voice. Songs like Go Below and Anything for Me, Lagbaja, Nothing for You, Never Far Away, and all that became classics. And after many years with the band, Ego reached a point where she wanted more creative freedom, more personal expression. And in 2007, she left to pursue a solo career in music and in acting. There was no public drama, no fights, just growth. And that alone says a lot about the professionalism in Lagbaja's world. One of Lagbaja's strongest statements is captured in the album title, We Before Me. In a society that celebrates selfish success. Lagbaja pushed a different idea. Community before ego. Collective progress before personal gain. That message alone makes his music timeless. In 1997, Lagbaja created Motherland in Ikeja, Lagos. It wasn't just a club, it was inspired by the African Village Square, a place where people gather to tell stories, dance, laugh, create, and for years, Motherland was one of Lagos' most important cultural spaces. His music did so well that in 2006, Lagbaja won the Channel O Music Video Award for Never Far Away. But awards were never the focus. Lagbaja was more interested in impact than applause. Yes, the man behind the mask is Bisade Ologunde. He has a family. He lives a private life. But here's the truth. Once the mask comes off, the idea weakens. Lagbaja works because he remains faceless. In today's world of instant fame and constant visibility, Lagbaja feels almost rebellious. It teaches us that you don't need to show everything. You don't need to follow trends. You can stand for something deeper, especially for young people. That lesson matters a lot. Lagbaja did not wear a mask to disappear. He wore it so we could see ourselves. And that is why decades later, his music still speaks volumes.
Lagbaja o, ibodele bàbá rẹ̀, ibi wọ́n ti gbé lù lójú méje, àdìoso. Ibodele bàbá rẹ̀, Lagbaja ọmọ bàbá mùkọ́mùkọ́, ọmọ bàbá Joseph lọ́dọ́gún, ọmọ bàbá James lágbègbà, ọ̀dọ́gún àgbègbà, join together.
I am sure you learned something from Lagbaja's story, and if it added value to you, just like this video, share it, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. This is Hangout with Teddy B, and until the next video, peace. Hey.